Hi there, lovely stitchers. I hope you're all well. So we're on to part 3 of our little Huswife, and I hope you're enjoying it so far. I know I am. So what we're going to do this week is we're going to make a little tiny scissor keep. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right camera. We're going to put the pages in and make a little pouch for your little lid, and you'll see what that's for at the end. So enjoy your stitching, and don't forget, if you're new or you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. We are going to make a little scissor keep for the inside of our Huswife. Now, I decided that I'm doing it in some teeny tiny, oh my gosh, Suffolk puffs or yo-yos. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll link to a video on how to do them because I don't want to take up too much time. But basically, you need a scrap of fabric. I've drawn a circle, and my circle is 1 3/8 of an inch or 35 millimeters. Just draw around, cut out, and stitch. Do a little tiny hem. In fact, do you know what? I'll just show you how to do one quickly. Quick as I can. I'm just going to cut out from, oops, that fabric. So you'll need a circle, fabric. You can do them bigger. These are really teeny tiny, and keeping, I've sort of done them a similar kind of size to my hexes. You could even do this with hexes if you so wish. Right, you want a double of machine cotton, machine thread, tie knot in the end, turn over with wrong side facing, turn over a little tiny hem and hem, keep turning and hem all the way around. Hopefully you can see there is another video on the channel which I will link in the description box below on how to do them, which is a bit more clear. So we're just going to keep going all the way around. Just looking what Reggie's doing. Got a toy, he's got one of his toys. Hope you're all well this week. Into the dentist this morning, which is always great fun, isn't it? Just had to have a filling had dropped out. And yeah, so just had to have that replaced. So we're getting, go all the way around here, little tiny hem. Don't make your stitches too small. The reason I say that is because you struggle to pull them all up tight then. So we're just going to pull everything in tight, make like a little pouch, like a little shower cap type thing. Flatten it, wiggle it around a bit, give it a bit of a, and then just secure it with a couple of stitches, and that's it. And back, oh, literally as quick as that. Obviously, if you're making bigger ones, it's going to take slightly longer. But that's your yo-yo or your Suffolk puff done. So I've measured out how big I want my pouch, and obviously I want to just, these are my tiny scissors that are going in here. I measured up and made sure that they fitted. If I'd got a bigger pair, they were still fitting in. So, but I'm using my tiny scissors. I need to sew all these together, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on to a piece of felt and stitch them down. And I'm just looking for my little glue pen. Yeah. I'm going to glue them on just because I don't want them to move around. A little tiny dab of glue. Go right up to the end. Waste not, want not. I want them right close to each other. I'll put you there. You. Another plain one. There. Wiggling around a bit. Just check that where I want them. Oh, hang on. They're too close together, aren't they? Put you there. You there. Ooh. Put everything too close together. Why have I? That there. There we are. Of course, it wouldn't be so bad if I was doing all the same colour. I'm not putting very much of this glue on, by the way. Just a little, just enough to hold them in place. Excuse me. There we are. Right. That's me. Done. So I'm just going to go across. This is just ordinary wool felt. Just giving myself a little bit of a little tiny border. I've got 3. Now then, where's my needle and thread? Probably put a bit more thread in. Use this for now. Use this up. A single thread will be fine. I'm going to tack everything down. Oh dear, what? She didn't cry. Just hide my knot under there. Just get a bigger hide needle because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. All the way around. Apologies. Reggie had lost his ball underneath the dresser. So I've gone round. I'm going all the way around, and when I've got to the end, for some mad reason I didn't start in a very good. I'm just sort of going through the wool and coming up to the next one. Usually what I'd do is start where there's 2 together, but for some crazy reason I started there, didn't I? I don't know. So I'm going to stitch all the way. Oops, you're falling off. Didn't put enough on. Didn't put enough glue on. Got Gertrude hair. And also Harvey complaining about me changing the washing, you know, the washing liquid on his clothes. Says it smells different. Haven't changed it at all. Just gonna snip that off. Pop a pin in. Pop a pin in. I think that'll be, hold it in a bit. I'll stitch this one. I think the wool's not letting me, not sticking very well. So you're kind of getting the idea. I'm going to sew all of these on all the way round, just leaving yourself a little border. I'll take that off because I'm bound to get the thread tangled up. So yeah, you want to start stitching next to, so when you come round you can go straight to the next one. Like I say, I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes you just don't. Twisted round that, and I'm gonna have to take it out. Oh, the pressure. I think the pressure makes me get all tangled up. The moment I start filming, all these things start to go wrong. Oh, oh, stop it. So I'm back round to there. I'm just going to snip that bit of thread off. And pop you back on. And then I can carry on. Right, I will go away, stitch all these on, and then I'll come back, just so you haven't got to sit and watch me sewing round and round in circles. So I've finished that, and I'm going to stitch that in and just make sure that I know where I'm going to. Don't really want to cut this out yet, but I think I might have to. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a trim, just so I know where I'm not cutting it out completely, just so I've got a rough idea of where I am, so I don't stitch it onto the wrong bit. So of course that's what would happen, isn't it? Just pop it in the waist. So okay, I'm going to pop that and just check that my little scissors fit in nicely, which they do. Cute are they? How sweet does that look? So I'm going to stitch this to this, but first of all I'm just going to trim it down a little bit so you can't see that. Just be very careful you don't cut through your stitches. Just giving it a little bit of a tiny slither off. And again, I'm using ordinary machine thread. I'm going to double it up this time. I'm sorry you can't, I can barely see this thread either. So I'm doubling up. Just pop you there a moment and just work out where I want this. Oh, put my scissors in. Remember, that I've got a little gap each side. Yep. I'm just going to pin it down there. Just so it doesn't move around. Actually might move it. Let's just have a quick. I'm just going to move it up a little tiny bit there. Wonderful. And I'm leaving the top open. To stitch, I'm going to come up, I'm going to stitch at this corner here. I'm going to try and sink my knot into tuck that back under. It's gone. I've just sunk my knot into the wadding, and I'm just doing the tiniest little overstitch. I was going to do a herringbone, but I don't think it really. You can't see. Because what I initially thought was I'll do it in a red thread, but I think that might have been a bit too. It would have stood out too much, I think, for me. I'm not going all the way through. I'm just getting a little bit of this fabric and a little bit of the wadding behind as I'm stitching, and I'm doing the smallest stitches I can, just to anchor it down. Get rid of that. I love this pale grey thread. It does hide hides in amongst. And we'll give that was a top tip from Kate at the last homely house. I think I've mentioned it before. This is a Gutermann one, but she uses a Dove grey from AURIFIL, which I do have, but goodness knows I've got 2 big reels of it, and God knows where it is. I do not know what I've done with it. Oh, no. I love making things like this. So much fun. Sweet little gifts for Mother's Day and things like that. Apologies, my nose is seems to have a little sniffle. But where did I start? Get it even there. Just going to go back in and sink it into the wadding again and come up a little way away. There we go. Oops. And give it a little tug and snip. I don't know what that is there. A little bit of something. So they will go in there. I might have to stitch that end a little bit more, popped out the back. Doesn't matter. Cute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put another stitch in there when I've done my next bit. Do it off camera. I must have done too big a stitch, but that's okay. So that's my little scissor. Keep. I know it's blending in, and here I'm going to do a I'm going to do it down. Right, just make sure. I'll take the scissors out. I don't want them flying away. Just put that there. Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of a needle piece to keep my needles, but I don't want it too big. So again, I've got the wool felt. Just move them out of the way. Measuring where I want it because there. I come to that there. So mine is measuring around about, don't know where the tape measure is, but around about 2 inches. Oh. Okay. Just eyeball him, giving it an idea of what. Just look. I'm going to come and curve that. curve it round. I'm doing it freehand. You might need to do a even. A bit off. That'll do. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit because with a fold, and I'm going to stitch that down, and so that'll be able to pull up, and I'm going to put a little pocket in here for my lid, and I'll show you what the lid's for in a moment. So I'm just going to put that to one side. I'm just going to mark, put a little mark on, just move that up a little bit, mark it there and there, just so I know where I'm up to. So what am I using this lid for, you're all asking? Simple. So this is for beading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of felt inside. Just going to cut round. Cut a circle. Just do a bit of a... I have to use some chalk. Just do... I know the friction pens don't work very well on the felt, that's why I'm not using that. So I'm just cutting a circle. And I'm going to stick my circle inside. I will stick it down. I'm just looking for some glue. Don't think I want to. I'm not going to use. I'm not using PVA. I was going to use some glue stick, but I don't know where that is. Let's have a little look. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, PVA tends to go hard, and you can't stick pins in it if you wanted to. But I'm not. This is like a genius way. So I just took that in. Lid back on. Of putting your beads in. Just grab some. Just to grab a few. And they tend not to roll round. Well, they do roll round, obviously, but you can, when you get your needle, it's so much easier than on a surface like this where it tends to want to have a mind of its own. So that's what my little lid is for. Pop those back in there. And I'm going to make a little pocket for it. So I was thinking maybe that. What do you reckon? I'm not in the centre. Why am I not in the centre? So yeah, I'm going to snip that down. I'm going to need the side of those. Stitch up to it. We'll just move it over a little slightly because we've got that. So I'm going to stitch all the way around, and I am at this time going to do it. Oh no, I'm not, because I don't want to go through. Oh yeah, I am. I am. Just going to use some cotton embroider. Just going to stitch it down. Again, you do whatever you've got to hand. Just going to pin it on. A couple of pins. Just move it up a little tiny bit. Let me just have a little look. Cute, 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 cute. So, let me think. I'm going herringbone. And I'm coming. Sorry, my brain's not wanting to work. It doesn't want to work, does it? I want to come in here because I want to hide my thread. There, look. That's it. Right. Herringbone stitch. I think I'll just have to do a little stitch across for me, just to anchor it down. And again, I'm only going through the wadding and I'm not going through the linen at the back. Top. Tuck that under the sequin. Try and keep your stitches even. Get rid of that. Hope you're not disappointed with what I was going to do with the lid. It's just such a little portable thing to put your sequins and your beads on if you're around, you know, going on a journey or sitting on the train or something like that. It's great for, you know, for going to a different room. It's such a brilliant little idea. Coming up. This isn't my idea. I don't know where it came from. Not a clue, but oops, that's it. I've gone a bit wonky there. That's not. Don't think anybody will notice. Yeah, not my idea. I was saying to Heather about the NEC show and how many people keep telling me that they're going and how wonderful it is, and and the 30% discount code is huge. I actually was surprised it was so much. So if you are thinking of going to the Creative Craft or Sewn for Pleasure show at the NEC in March, if you click in the description below, there's a discount code, 30% off your ticket, and you can just use that at the checkout. That's at the NEC in Birmingham in the UK. But I'm really looking forward to going. Not been before, as you know, so that'll be good fun. I know one or two of you have said you're not able to make it this time, but it's like we can't do everything, can we? We can't go to every one. Just make sure I'm not going through it enough. Back. Ooh, I've got a sequin in the way, so I'm going to make a bigger stitch, not to worry, and go around the back. And by the time you see this, I will have finished my new workshop project, and that will be live. So go over to the website and have a look at that. It's been a labour of love, to be fair. All I'll say is if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you might like this. It's all right, I just forgot myself then. Oh, I'm back. And I stitch over there. The other side, matchy matchy. I'm going to sink my stitches in to the wadding and come up somewhere here to hide my thread. Scissors, hide my little thread. Oh, and I'm going to use a little bit more of that broderie anglais, cotton embroider. So that's my little pouch done. Oh, cool. That looks great. I've come across there. Just have a little look. Where are you? Yeah. I know this is I know there's going to be a little problem here with the opening, but it's not. I will show you next week. So I want to be coming up. I think I'm going to put it that side actually, because I don't want to sew across this. Yeah. Just going to let me do the centre. I'm putting it right up. Make sure it's in the middle. Pin it in. You can see where my centre line is. In fact, I'll try and do a ruled line. Just make sure. Yeah. It's not very bright for you, but I can just about see it. Cotton embroider. And I'm just going to do a little running stitch. Not on that needle, I'm not. Just find one. Sometimes I just go, oh, pardon me, excuse me. Can't see the needle eye, so I can't stitch with that. Is that on level? Don't think it is it? It's a K3 and a bit cattywampus. Right, beautiful. And come in over here, hide my thread, do myself a little lock-in stitch. And again, I'm only going through this fabric and the wadding. I'm not going through the linen. Try and keep my stitches even. Beat you out. Ooh. Not been a very great day today. It's been miserable. Make sure I'm not going through. Not very good washing day weather. That's for sure. Nearly there. Try to go through the whole lot then. So, and this will be for my needles. Again, I'm just going to go over that edge a couple of times to give myself some stitch. In, and then sink it into the wadding and come up somewhere. So pull that a little bit, snip and it'll sink back in. And that's where I'll put that in there, all that way up. Away, scissors in there. That's a bit long, but you get the idea. Beading needles. That's a little curved beading needle. I might have to put a That's great, look at that. It's coming along. Might have to put a little clasp on that. We'll see. A little pin. Right, that's it. I'm done for today. Happy stitching, everyone. And if you're new here, do go and check out the other videos. And give us the thumbs up. I always enjoy reading the comments and having a little chat backwards and forwards. It's always nice to just have a nice chat with fellow stitchers. And I'll be back next week and we're going to finish this off. So enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and give me the thumbs up. Bye bye.